Good afternoon, students. Once again, welcome back to Zoom class for Botany. Today, I'm going to talk about buds and types of buds and types of stem. That is a topic that we are going to see today. First of all, let me take buds and types of buds. Before going to buds, you should understand what is bud. Actually, bud is a growing point of the stem is protected by leafy-like structure that encloses internal region, the formation of flower, the formation of branches, so right? That is called buds. Or on the another way, I can say buds are nothing but it's an embryonic axis that liberates shoot system along with the leafy-like structure or leaf motion that is called buds. Or on the another way, I can say buds are nothing but it's a modified shoot yet to develop to stem portion or any part of vegetative structure that is called buds. Actually, buds are, this is a structure of buds. Generally, buds are modified shoot system that arises either terminal part or axillary part of the plant body. That is called buds. As I mentioned, buds are nothing but they are modified shoot and to develop that encloses leaf-like structure and shoot formation. This is called buds. In which internodal part is elongated. Internodal region of the stem or shoot system is elongated, which is compressed in the leaf-like structure that is called buds. Generally, buds are divided into two types based on nature. They are vegetative buds and floral buds. Generally, buds are classified into two types based on nature. They are vegetative buds and floral buds, which means those buds which are responsible for the formation of branches or any part of the stem that is called vegetative buds. Those buds that are responsible for formation of flower or inflorescence that is called floral buds. Right? This is based on nature. In plants, buds are divided into two types. They are vegetative and floral buds. The next classification based on origin. I'm talking about classification of birds. The next category, based on origin. I'm talking about second criterion, which is taken based on that. Birds are divided into two types. They are apical birds. Apical birds and axel birds or axillary birds. I repeat once again, birds are divided into two types based on origin. They are apical bird and axillary bird, which means the apical bird is a type of bird that arises from the growing point of the shoot system. That is called apical bird. It is also known as terminal bird. It is also called as terminal birds. I repeat once again, apical birds are a type of bird that is found in the growing point of shoot system. It is also known as the terminal bird. Whereas axillary bird is a type of bird that arises from the leafy axil part or in the axil of leaf. That means the birds are arises from the base of the leaf axil. Now this is a stem in which node is a part of a stem on which leaves are born. Here, just above the petiole, you can see there is a bud that arises from the axil part. This is called an axillary bud. I repeat once again, axillary bud. It is also known as lateral buds. So generally, buds are divided into two types based on they are apical bud and axillary bud. Apical bud is also known as the terminal bud. The terminal bud is nothing but the buds are found in the growing point of shoot system or stem, which is responsible for the formation of elongation of stem and branches also, right? For the second category, axillary bud, it is also known as a lateral bud. It's nothing but the buds are found in the axil of leaf of the stem. That is called axillary bud. It is also known as the lateral bud. Now let me draw the structure of an apical bud. Now this is a stem portion. Here you can see leaf is there. And this portion is called node. Node is an area, is on a stem on which the leaves are born. And just above the growing point of the stem or shoot system, you can see the buds are arises. I'm talking about apical bud or terminal bud. The terminal bud or apical bud which arises from the growing point of shoot. Or simply I can say the terminal buds are present in the growing point of stem or shoot system. It is called a apical bud or terminal bud. Generally, there are two types of buds present in almost all the members of plants, whether dicotyledon or monocotyledon. If you take any plants, you can see there are two types of buds, apical buds and the axillary buds. Then next we pass on to axillary buds are further classified into following types. Or the lateral buds are further classified into following categories. I'm talking about the second category, axillary buds. The lateral buds are further classified into following types. The first type is axillary, and second category is extra axillary buds. Extra axillary. And third category is accessory buds. Accessory buds. The next category, adventitious buds. And finally, one more category, that is bulbils. So the first category, axillary, and the second category, extra axillary. The third category is accessory buds, and fourth one, adventitious buds. The next one, bulbils. They are the classification of lateral buds. I repeat it again. Lateral buds are nothing but the buds are found in the axil of leaf. That means the buds arises just above the petiole, but just behind the stem portion, which means the base of the leaf axil in which the buds are found. That is called axillary buds. First of all, let me take axillary buds. As I mentioned, axillary buds are a type of bud. Now, this is a structure. This is a plant in which leaf is there. As I mentioned, leaf is a flattened, greenish, blade structure just behind the base of axil part. You can see the buds are arises. This is called axillary buds. It's a leaf. And just in the axil part, now this is the axil part. The axil portion of the stem in which the buds which arises from the axil part of the stem, that is called axillary or lateral buds. Next we pass on to extra axillary buds. Actually, extra axillary buds are nothing but This is a stem. More than one buds are found in the axil part. That means many buds are arising from the leaf axil part. That is called extra axillary. Extra axillary bud means this is a leaf portion in which the development of more than one buds on the nodal region, that is called now this is a bud. Here you can see one more bud. Many buds are growing. Many buds are developed in the axil part on the region of node. Node, as I mentioned, node is an area on stem on which you can say the buds are raises just from the leaf axil part, but exactly I can point out in the nodal region. This is a node. As I mentioned, node is a part of stem in which leaves are born just behind the leaf axil. More than one buds arises from the axil of leaf. That is called the extra axillary buds. These extra axillary buds are found in case of Solanum americanum. It is found in case of Solanum americanum. Solanum americanum, in which extra axillary buds. Next we pass on to accessory buds. Actually, accessory buds are a type of bud. Now this is a stem portion in which, as I mentioned, node is a part of stem on which leaves are found. Here you can see many buds are developing on the nodal region, but either side of the stem portion, which means a developing of buds just around the stem, or many buds are developed on the nodal region, which is found around the stem, all over the area of the nodal region. You can see the development of buds. They are called accessory buds. I repeat it again. Accessory buds are nothing but the buds are developing. The buds are developing from the leafy axil part just behind the nodal region, but it grows just around the stem. That is called accessory buds. Now these accessory buds are observed in case of citrus. I can say some example for accessory buds. The first category, citrus, and second category, duranta. Duranta. They are the example of accessory buds. difference between extra-axillary buds and accessory buds. Next, we pass on to adventitious buds. Actually, accessory buds are adventitious buds. I'm talking about fourth type is adventitious buds. It is further classified into following types. The first category is a radical bud. The second category is foliar buds. The next category is a colin bud. Before that, you should understand what is adventitious buds. Actually, adventitious buds are a type of bud that arises from the any part of the plant body other than its normal position. That is called an adventitious bud. I repeat once again. I am talking about adventitious buds. Adventitious buds are entirely different from the other type of buds because these buds may arise from the any part of the plant body other than normal position. It is called a adventitious bud. It may be originated from the root portion, or it may be originated from the folio, a leafy extraction, or it may be developed from the stem portion directly. This is hence it is known as a adventitious buds. I repeat once again, adventitious buds are a type of bud that arises from the either radical part or root portion, or from a leafy portion, or from a stem portion. Right? It is called a adventitious buds. Or it is also known as a epiphyllous buds. First of all, let me take a radical bud. I'm talking about the fourth classification of buds, that is adventitious buds. So let me take it for adventitious buds into three types. The first category is a radical bud. In case of Millingtonia, now this is a root system in which generally root is positively geotropism. Here, some buds may arise from the root portion. That means the lateral growth of the root. As I mentioned, now it's a root system. It is a primary root and it's a secondary root, or it is also known as a lateral root. The lateral root which gets modification to form as a bud-like structure. This red color indicates bud. Here buds may arise from the lateral growth of the root system in case of Millingtonia. I can say best example, Millingtonia. And Bergera. Millingtonia, Bergera, and I can say one more, Coffea arabica. So these are the example of radical bud. I repeat once again, the bud which arises from the lateral growth of the root in case of Millingtonia. Because this origin is entirely different, it's an abnormal condition, hence it is classified under adventitious bud. I repeat once again, because bud generally it must be originated either terminal part or lateral part of the stem. But apart from that, These kind of bud may arise from the lateral growth or lateral root of the plant body in case of Millingtonia or Belgira or Coffea arabica. So these are the example of radical buds. Next we pass on to foliar buds. Actually, foliar buds are nothing but this is a bud that arises from the leafy portion. Right, I can say. This is a leaf-like structure. Here buds may arise. Either the buds may arise from the margin of the leaf. Now this is a margin of the leaf. Marginal parts or margin of the leaf. Margin of the leaf. Or the buds may arise from the medial part of the leaf or vein portion of the leaf. The bud which arises from the margin of the leaf or middle portion or the central part of the leaf or vein portion of the leaf, that is called foliar leaves, foliar buds. The buds may be originated from the middle portion. This is also bud. It is originated from the middle parts or vein portion or the midpoint of the leaf of the plant. Just right, I can say an example for foliar buds, that is a bryophyllum. Oh, bryophyllum. Bryophyllum. Bryophyllum is generally buds are originated at terminal or lateral part of the plant or lateral axillary part of the plant. Here, the bud which arises from the margin of the leaf or middle portion of the leaf, which means the vein part of the veinal region arises buds, that is called foliar buds. Example, bryophyllum. One more example I can say, begonia. One more example I can say for foliar buds. They are begonia. Now this is a begonia leaf. It is a stalk of the leaf is called petiole. The petiole arises many vines. That means the midrib is further classified into or branched into a number of vine-like structures. The midrib or the main primary vein further produces certain branches. They are secondary veins. Here you can say the bud which arises from the either middle part of the leaf portion or from the margin. Oh, this is a marginal part. of begonia plant that you can see buds formation. Now it's a leaf lamina. The lamina part or leaf lamina. Lamina is nothing but it's a leafy structure or blade structure on which buds which arises either from the marginal part or from the middle part of the plant. Rightly, you can say begonia. In begonia plant, you can find the buds arises from the marginal part or from the middle region, middle vein part of the plant. So it is similar to that of Bryophila. So both of them are an example of foliar buds. The next we pass on to colin batch. Next category, I'm talking about the next category, that is a colin batch. Actually, colin bud is a type of bud that arises from the shoot system or stem directly. Now, this is a stem portion. Directly, the bud arises. It's a stem in which directly bud which arises directly from the stem. There is a colin bed. Actually, colin bud you can say diasporia, jackfruit. Just example I can say, in case of jackfruit. In case of jackfruit, you can find colin bed because the bud which arises directly from the stem. Generally, bud must be originated either growing point or the leafy accent part. But instead, it's very special type of bud because that arises directly from the stem portion or shoot system. This is called a colin bud. This colin bud is identified in case of jackfruit, right? So this is simply something about types of buds. And one more category is that there is a bulbils. I'm talking about the next category, bulby buds. Actually, bulby buds are a type of bud. It also arises from apart from the normal position, it arises from any part of the plant. That is called a bulbil. Actually, bulbils are a modified shoot. Sometimes these bulbil buds or bulbils or modified shoot that is also responsible for propagation. Propagation is a process by which an organism produces its next generation. That is called the bulbils. Actually, bulbils are nothing but they are a global structure. Global structure. In case of again, now this is a plant body in which the stem portion in which there is a globe extension that is called bulbils. The bulbil arises from the stem portion, but the bulbil which detaches from the stem and falls on the ground and germinates into new plant. Actually, bulbils are modified shoot that arises from the stem portion. It's a globe structure that is meant for propagation process. Particularly, I can say when the bulbils detaches from the stem, which falls, it falls on the ground. It falls on a suitable ground and germinates into new plant. This is called bulbils. I can say some example for bulbils. Agave plant. Agave plant and allium proliferum. One more example I can say. Allium proliferum. Allium proliferum. In which you can see the stem directly close. Now this is I'm talking about bulbils. In which you can see, you can find in our allium proliferum. In allium proliferum, you can see bulbils. This is a special type of buds that arises directly from the main axis of the plant of allium proliferum, the agave plant, right? So this is simply something about types of buds. I repeat once again, buds and types of buds. Generally, buds are classified into two types based on nature. They are vegetative buds. They are vegetative buds and floral buds, which means the part which arises from the plant body, either terminal part or axillary part, to form a shoot system or branches or leafy structure. It's called vegetative buds. Instead, in flower or inflorescence originator by means of buds, they are called floral buds, right? Generally, further buds are classified into two types based on they are apical buds or axillary bud. Apical bud is also known as the terminal bud. It is also called as I think a growing point of the stem on which buds arises. It is called apical bud. And the diagram indicates very clearly. And the second one, axillary buds are the buds are found in the axillary part of the leaf. Is called axillary bud. It is also known as a lateral bud. The lateral buds are further classified to fall into axillary, extra axillary, accessory, adventities, and bulbils. The axillary buds are nothing but the buds are, as I explained very clearly, the buds are found in the leafy axil part on which buds are formed. Extra axillary means the bud arises more than one in the leafy axil part. That is called extra axillary bud. And accessory buds is nothing but the growing of buds more than once just around the nodal region. And but many buds are developed in the nodal region, but it grows around the stem all over the area, all over the nodal part, just opposite to it is observed in case of citrus and duranta. Next, we pass on to adventitious buds. The buds arises from the any other part of the plant body. It may be radical or a folio leaf-like structure, or from the stem portion. That is called a radical folio calic bud. Radical buds on the bud, the lateral growth, the lateral root of Melitunia and Bergera. This plant arises buds. Lateral growth is modified into bud-like structure. That's responsible for propagation process, right? That is called a radical bud. And foliar buds are nothing but the bud arises from the leaf margin or the marginal part of the leaf or the vein part of the plant. That is called a foliar buds. It is observed, it is a reported case of Biophila. And next to calic bud, the bud arises directly from the stem portion. That is a calic bud, right? Next, we pass to bulbils. Actually, bulbils are globe-like structure that arises from the stem portion directly, and this globe-like structure which detaches from the plant and deposits a suitable substrate. I mean, a soil particle that develops a new plant body. That is called bulbils. Bulbils are a different case of agave plant and Oleifera. And one more category, that is a stem and types of stem. Next, we pass on to stem and types of stem. Generally, stems are classified into following types. The first category is a X-current stem. A second category is a D-current. And the third one is the codex. And fourth one is Kulm stem. The first type is X-current. The second type is G-current stem. Or third type is codex. And fourth type is Kulm. This is a types of stem. X-current stem means X-current stem is a stem in which the main axis of the plant, which grows continuously, and the lateral growth of the stem is very slow as compared with the growth of main axis. This diagram represents very clearly the continuous growth of the main axis, which elongates the length of the stem. And the lateral growth of the stem is very slow than that of main axis. Hence, it forms like a conical like structure or dome shape. It is also dome shape or conical like structure. This type of stem is found in case of Manon landifolia. So in case of the excrement, the main axis which grows continuously and lateral growth which is very slow than that of main axis and forms like a conical shape in case of Manon landifolia, or it is also known as a polyalthia landifolia. It is also known as a polyalthia landifolia. Polyalthia. Polyalthia landifolia. Or it is also known as a Manon landifolia, right? So this is a first type X current. What is a D current means? The stem which it grows, the lateral branches of the stem, which is faster than that of growing point or main axis. Hence it forms like the growth of the stem, which is very wider. The lateral branches grows very fastly, but the main axis which grows very slowly, hence it forms like a banyan tree. So this is an example for D current means the lateral growth is faster and the main axis very slower. Hence it occupies more area in an environment. That is called D current. This type of stem is found in case of Mangifera indica. Mangifera indica. Tamarind indica. And one more, Azadirachta indica. Tamarind indica. Mangifera indica. Mangifera indica is nothing but it's a mango tree. Tamarind indica, it's nothing but tamarind tree. And Azadirachta indica, that is called in English, neem tree. They are the example of bigger. The next category is codex. Actually, codex is unbranched one. In case of Cocos nucifera, this is a stem. It is unbranched, cylindrical in structure, but the terminal part a Cocos nucifera. So these plants are having this category. It is unbranched one, but the scars are found. The scars of leafy base, in which you can say codex. So Cocos nucifera is the best example I can see. Cocos nucifera. Cocos nucifera is a binomial of coconut tree. In that you can see this kind of tree, right? This kind of stem. Next we pass on to cone type. Actually, in case of bambusa, it is also a cylindrical structure. But along with the cylindrical structure, there will be a hollow cavity. It has well-developed nodal region and the internodal region. This is a lower part, and it is the internodal region, internode. So this node and internode is also a cylindrical stem, which is long, elongated, but it has a hollow cavity at the center. At the center, you find a hollow cavity in the stem. This is called a cone type. Right, I can say some example. All the grasses, and one more example I can say, bambusa. Bamboos and grasses, they are the right example of cone type. I'll repeat once again. Stem is classical in the following types. The first type is excurrent, a second decurrent, third one vertex, fourth one cone type. Excurrent means the growing point, the main axis which is fosters in growth, and the lateral branches of the plant is very slow in growth, right? That is called, hence it forms like a conical or dome shape. It is identified in case of polyethylene. A decurrent means the growth of the lateral branch is very faster, and the growth of the main axis is very slow. Hence it forms like very wider area, right? It occupies very wider area. Example: banyan tree, Tamarind indica, Mangifera indica, etc. On codex cultivar, there is a cylindrical, unbranched, but with the presence of leaf scale. That is called codex, unbranched. Please underline unbranched. And next cone type, it's along with the cylindrical structure. You can see very clearly node and internode with a hollow cavity at the center. Example, I can say bambusa, right? So this is simply something about our types of stem. Thank you for joining, and we will come to next class and try to make an assignment and send it to your respect subject teacher. If there is any clarification asked, students. Any doubt regarding the topic, types of stem and types of buds? Students?
Yes, sir.
Discussed buds and types of buds, and stem and the types of stem, right? Any doubt?
Yes, sir.
No, sir. No,
Right.
sir.
Thank you for joining.
No, sir.
No, sir. Yes.
Once again, thank you for joining.
Okay, students.
Thank you, sir.
All the class will start in some time.
Thank
Take a
you,
small
sir.
break. I will come.
Thank you, sir.